and this computer. And
All
make
right.
sure what were you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say make sure we're recording, but we are.
Okay, cool,
So we're
perfect.
good.
I'm gonna mute myself, and I'm starting at 3, 2, 1.
We're live now.
Yes, we are.
All right, cool. All right, everybody. What's up, everyone?
Well, let's wait a few minutes for people to get logged in.
Let's wait a few minutes. I know we sent out some last minute emails and popped out some last minute stuff. As you guys are showing up here, what's up, everyone? It's 6 o'clock. Really appreciate you all joining us on this wonderful Wednesday evening, afternoon. For some of you, it's probably really late. For some of you, it's probably really early. Or Ernie, not Ernie, like Bert and Ernie. I got a meme for that. But
of course you do.
Of course I do.
Of course you do.
All right. So as everybody's piling in, guys, listen, we had about over 500 people register for this. For those of you guys that are getting in and folks that are getting in, if you could let us know that you can hear us, give us a 1 in the chat. Or, I don't know. Do you really want to do the 1 in the chat thing? All right, we got a 1.
Hey, Chris, you made it.
Should we make it more fun than a 1? Should we do
you can type in your social security number.
Give me a Y. Yeah, put your social security number in the chat.
Kidding, please don't. But
or put your credit card number.
Chris Galvin, you made it. It was perfect. It was man.
Right,
I see
cool.
you in there. Awesome. So you guys can hear us. Perfect.
That I hope that is not a real number, Jack. All right, so where's everybody from? For some reason I ran 3 webinars last week on YouTube SEO, and I forgot to ask that, and I was, I think it's actually pretty cool to see who joins us for these things. I'm over here in north of Dallas, Texas. I know Jeff's out there in sunny California.
Yes, sir.
We actually got good weather today, dude. Like the weather broke. It was hoodie weather. Malaga, Spain. Look at you. All right. That's very nice. I like Malaga.
Jacob from the UAE. Wow.
Is that Emiratis?
Yes,
United Arab Emirates. Look at you. That's awesome.
Malugu. Malugu. Is that right, Jack? Malugu? Malugu?
Say it like you speak it the right way.
Of course, we both got our crazy white guy accents, so I'm sure there's
well, I can do the crazy Malaga, Spain. We got Malugu.
Malaga.
How you say that there? How you say that? All right. So as everybody rolls up here, we are recording. So I guess 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Other people will start filtering in soon enough. So guys, I'm Max Uhas. I'm the YouTube coach here for Search Marketing Institute, and you are here. Today is September 22nd, 7 p.m. on the East Coast, 4 p.m. on the West Coast, and 6 p.m. here in Texas. And tonight is going to be the first night of 3 nights of affiliate SEO training with he's not the self-proclaimed king of affiliate SEO. But he has been granted that term as affiliate, the king of affiliate SEO by multiple people, just because he crushes affiliate SEO. He's the 2019, 2020. He earned it. There you go. He earned. That's the word I was looking for. But he's a 2019, 2020, and 2021 ClickBank Platinum member, which I don't know if you know, but there are millions and millions of king of launch jacking too. Yes, it's a good skill to have, to say the least. Yeah, so he's pretty good at what he does, to say the least. And tonight, we're going to be going over some really fun stuff. What Jeff feels is the best way for anybody to get started in affiliate SEO. Because I feel like there are plenty of people out there, especially on Facebook, who are self-proclaimed, I'm going to make $1 million in affiliate SEO people. And there aren't too many people that can actually do it. Or let's just put it this way. There are enough people out there that can do it, but don't actually teach how to do it the right way. There's a lot of gaps in that training when people do that kind of stuff. And they're like, oh yeah, just do what I do. And then meanwhile, behind the scenes, there's it's like Oz. they're like, oh, just do this, but I'm going to leave out the other 25 steps. Whereas, we're going to go into some fun stuff here. So I hope, so everybody, I wish I had a clapping sound effect. Actually, I'll have one tomorrow.
Okay.
But yeah, Jeff Lenney.
I appreciate that. Awesome. Thank you, Max. And you'll notice we kind of bounce dumb jokes off each other. We, like doing these. We have a lot of fun doing these. We just kind of it's like we're hanging out. I don't like presentations. I don't like PowerPoint, although I've got a PowerPoint presentation for you, believe it or not. The fourth one I've ever done in the past 10 years. It's modified off of something else I did because I liked the template and the format. So, plenty of memes. And Jacob, it's 3 a.m. in the UAE, man. Thank you for being here. I know it's got to be, what time is it in Spain? Midnight in Spain, I believe. That's where
it's 1 a.m.
1 a.m. Okay.
Yeah, 1 a.m. So you got some all-nighters.
Yeah, our partner Stephen Floyd is actually in Spain as well. Although he will not be joining us because he broke a tooth and can't really talk too well. It kind of sounds like he kind of mumbles now. So anyway, let me go ahead and make myself smaller, Max smaller. I'm going to share my screen here with a PowerPoint presentation. I've got it on this screen, so you'll see me looking this way, not at the camera. Actually, let me move it over.
Hey Jeff, I'm gonna turn my video off real quick, so it feels like Steven's here.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah. We're both using Stephen. We're both using his Zoom account. So whenever either of us pause our videos, it shows his handsome face, his perfect hairline. I do envy the hairline. You can't see my hair now, but yeah. Anyway, let me see if I can share my screen.
Hey Jeff, we already got a question in here.
Okay. Stephen is here. Is this workable for newbies? Absolutely, Jacob. Absolutely. Before I even get started, that's a good question, Jacob. I am a huge, my training in SMI, excuse me, which of course you will get an option to join at the end of this if you so wish to do so. If not, hang out still, you're still going to learn actionable stuff you can take away with you. But I teach you basically A to Z, keyword research, there's a lot, domain research, finding a niche, finding a domain name, building your site. I even teach how to structure the site a couple different ways. I teach you guys how to make your sites look amazing so they convert. And I'll just do stuff over the shoulder typing as I do it. And there's been some trainings I did, they meant to go for 15 minutes. I did them for like an hour and a half. I find, I don't like doing presentations on my actual big teaching, unlike this one, because I feel like I'm limited as to what I can teach. So this one, I am going to actually jump into a live section, as a live portion as well, so you can see kind of more of what I'm talking about. But yeah, I mean, I find stuff when I'm doing it live over the shoulder, and it kind of shows you guys my process. Like there's one I was doing, I think there's one I'm doing a video on how to find good niche ideas, and I came across 5 or 6 really awesome affiliate sites that survived if you guys don't know, the Google SEO update of December 2020 that crushed so many review affiliate sites, review best stuff type of sites, best dishwasher, best lawnmower. A lot of those sites got crushed, and the ones that survived it, I share that with you guys too. So yeah, if you're a newbie, absolutely. In fact, one of our members, I believe it was Nick, mentioned that the training is amazing, but what makes it awesome for him is the access to the coaches. I do one webinar per week, as does Max, as does Stephen, all on our particular topics. Max does the YouTube stuff, Stephen does local marketing, agency stuff, I do affiliate stuff, and we do this every single week. We've got a very active Facebook group as well. So if you get stuck and you want to ask us a question, you can do so, and don't be shy. And we're not even getting to the sales yet, I'm sorry. And if you want one of us to review your website or your customer or your videos, we're happy to do so. So yeah, I would say it definitely is newbie friendly. My biggest piece of advice, as cheesy as it might sound, is take action. Don't just say, oh my gosh, Jeff, this is awesome. I love everything you're teaching me. I can't wait to join. And you take your hands and you sit on them and do nothing. If you're going to be that person, if you're going to pay us money and just sit on your hands and do nothing, I mean, it's nice that we don't want you as a member. We want people that are going to take action, people that are going to have success doing this, people that are going to be, we don't need you to join if you're not going to be taking action. So because I do care, as does Max, and he's shaking his head, we want to see people that take action and have success. So if you're not going to be taking action, save your money. You can buy like a whole bunch of tacos or like a couple nice bottles of scotch or something. If you want to buy me a bottle of scotch and join, that'd be awesome. I'd be okay with that.
I wouldn't mind some either.
Actually, I
But
actually just finished my Glenfiddich 21 single malt. Oh, that's freaking fantastic. But
very
what
nice.
were you going to say, Max? I'm sorry, cut you
Oh
off.
no, well no, because what's funny is so before this, I literally ran a 1 hour webinar for the for the members at 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago. Because usually my training's on Wednesday night, my YouTube training, and instead, to be fair to everyone, I was like, all right, I'm just going to do this today at 3 Eastern, and we went over an hour, and I'm actually sorry, I'm in the Facebook group for the course answering questions right now because people are actually want to know a little bit more about what we were teaching today. So I can tell you this: there's a lot of SEO courses out there. There's a lot of SEO training courses out there. There's a lot of people who did stuff 10 years ago, and they're still living off of that. Whereas we actually teach what we do, which I think was what separates SMI from a lot of different SEO training courses. And we have 3 coaches. You've got Jeff teaching affiliate, you've got myself teaching YouTube and video marketing, and then you've got Stephen Floyd teaching local. And if you've ever heard of Stephen Floyd, you know that Stephen is the local. If there was a king of affiliate, Stephen's the king of local. So I don't really consider myself a king of anything, although I did buy one of those those plots of land in Scotland. My wife got me one of those.
So you're a lord.
I am a lord, dude. Honestly, like I
need to get one of those. I can be lord. I'm like 55% Scottish. So, but anyways, hey, let's get back on track. I know we've got people that are up at 3 a.m. And again, we can talk all day long, and just as you can tell. So let me get started. So anyway, to people who want, this is my very clever title here, to people who want to start affiliate marketing, SEO, but can't get started. That's really deep, isn't it? So anyway, who am I? I am Jeff Lenney. I, of course, teach affiliate SEO. I am a full-time affiliate marketer. I've been online since 2009-ish. I don't know exactly when. It might have been 08, it might have been 07, but it's hence the ish. Before I got into affiliate stuff, I have about 7+ years agency SEO experience, not my own agency, but I worked for various agencies in Orange County, California, and I managed some campaigns for some pretty big websites quite successfully as well. Moving on, bragging rights and why you should listen to me. Actually, that's Jimmy Kim. He gave me that nickname, the king of affiliate SEO. But anyways, Onyx Singhal, founder of learn.com. And I'm not going to read these to you, but I'll read you one. Aiden Booth, Jimmy Kim. This one at the bottom, if you guys follow Justin Brook or Ad Skills, Justin is phenomenal at the paid traffic stuff. And I'll be honest, I asked these 3 guys for testimonials because I know them well. I've worked with them and made money with all of them. But Justin just gave me this one. He actually shared this with me. This was a private conversation he had with somebody else about me. So I'm proud of this one. They're all awesome. They're all legitimate. But Justin said, as a top 10% ad buyer, Jeff Lenney is the only SEO in the world I would not want to go head-to-head against. He competes against some of the biggest and best ad buyers in the world in the Agora affiliate contest and beats us. In fact, I beat Justin on a big launch in 2017 using SEO. I think he spent, I forget his budget, he spent 5 or 10 or 15,000. I spent like about $400 maybe. And I was like number 8 affiliate on what was up until that point the biggest product launch online in the world. So that was pretty cool. That's a quick
hold on, Jeff. I can see your screen. Can everybody see Jeff's screen? Because we got somebody saying that they couldn't see the screen, but I can see your screen. So I don't know if everybody else can see the screen.
Okay, yeah, let us know, please. And Jack, you should be able to see my PowerPoint presentation. A lot of green, barely.
Barely.
Try.
Are you?
Maybe you. Okay, you see Jeff mainly. Okay, Jacob.
Are you on mobile or are you on desktop?
Good question. Good question. Screen is little.
and little.
See
window.
if you can maximize it. Does anyone know how you can maximize the screen on Zoom? Because I know for myself, I see myself real tiny. I see the screen rather big. So the 30. Okay, I've got 2 34-inch monitors, so you should be able to see mine just fine. I'm showing half of one of mine. You should be able to maximize it. Try using your mouse, Jack. I don't know Max at all. I'm sorry. See if you can click on the screen, perhaps. See if you can maximize it, double click on it or something. I know if I hover my mouse over my screen, I see like 3 dots.
All right, we got it.
Okay.
Never mind. Figured it out.
That sounds like an aha moment. Aha. There we go. So, aha. Perfect. Much better. All right. Okay. So, anyways, there we are. My bragging rights. Okay. I know about Christopher Galvin. Awesome. I'm glad you made it, Chris. Awesome. Yeah, I know Chris. We're friends. All right. Anyway, some more bragging rights. I am a top 1% ClickBank affiliate for 2019. They gave me that nice, cool platinum, probably not real platinum, but nice little plaque I've got right over there. And 2020, much bigger beard at that point. That plaque is right over there. And 2021, and this is, my beard was looking amazing, but I messed up and shaved it all off about a month ago. I'm growing it back. So ClickBank Platinum for 3 years in a row, which as Mac mentioned, means I'm the top 1% affiliate for ClickBank, which is of course one of the most popular affiliate marketing networks alone. So anyways, for those that have no idea what I do, which I know is a few of you, and there's nothing wrong with that. Now, what exactly is affiliate marketing? And here's the first meme, as I promised. It's like marketing, but with freaking lasers. All right. So basically, it's
lasers.
Simplify things. And thank you for the memes. Simplify things. You can earn money by recommending products to others. Simple. It's the very simplified version. You can work from anywhere. Of course, I was in Hawaii last week. Took my laptop. I worked. And of course, you can make a full-time income. I'll say potentially, because you got to take action that's really important by working part-time hours. And yeah, so I mean, essentially what I will do, of course, is I will simply build out websites in various niches or niches. I don't know how you properly say that, but I say niche. And of course, I will monetize those websites with affiliate offers and send my traffic from my website to those offers. And it's really simple, but high level overview of it. But I do explain, of course, a lot more within the training itself. So what I'm going to be showing you today, besides more memes, is number one, what I personally feel. And here's the thing, there is no one right way to do anything. That goes for SEO, for affiliate stuff as well. You might find some people that hate Amazon. I know some people that hated it, but I got them into it and they love it now. These are big SEOs that you've probably heard of. And there's some people that stay away from it. But I feel Amazon is the easiest way to get started. And you can always expand later into using other affiliate networks. But I'll show you down below in a few slides why I like it so much. So I'm going to show you guys the best / most profitable categories in Amazon, how you can find products to promote, and even a few different ways to structure your affiliate website for success. Anyways, moving on to the next meme, next slide. The absolute best part about Amazon affiliate sites. And again, I'm going to show you proof of this in like 2 minutes here. It is quite easy to flip your profitable website for 30 to 40 times the monthly profit or more. Now, 35 times is the norm, Dr. Evil, the norm, but it's possible to go higher if your site is stupendously good with an amazing and natural backlink profile. In fact, I've already had several offers to buy my less profitable of the websites, which I've turned down. And even though Amazon did lower their affiliate commission structure early in 2020, I believe it was April or May 2020, it's still quite profitable in 2021. So there you go. Anyway, don't go there now. I mentioned you can sell your sites, right? Here's an example of current sites on sale as of yesterday. I took the screenshot yesterday, September 21st, 2021. That are primarily monetized with Amazon affiliate links. Here's one for sale at the top, making about $1,100 a month. And here's the thing, these numbers, by the way, on the right side, the people selling them don't make them up. When you enter your site to sell on Empire Flippers, they ask you a bunch of questions about how much it makes, how much you spend per month, the type of traffic. They ask you a whole bunch of questions, and they actually recommend the amount you can be selling it for. So here's one making $2,000 a month, which you can get to within a year if you follow what I teach, if not less than that. Selling it for 80 grand. Here's one for 1,000, 1,100, selling for 53 grand. Here's one going, hold on.
That's amazing.
Look at that, 45,000 a month, which is awesome by itself. He found it for 2.25 million, which is insane. Here's one making 10 grand a month, selling it for 330,000. So even if you took a year to do this, let's say you sold the site for 50 grand or you can keep it. It's up to you. But let's say you sold the site for 50 grand after a year. You can use that money. You can reinvest, 3 or 5 grand into building a new site. Rinse and repeat the process. Or you can build a team like some people do, build a whole bunch of websites, or you can just let that money keep coming in and build more sites. So I'm not going to tell you what to do there. It's up to you. But I would start with one site and take it from there. But there's a lot of freaking potential, and these sites do sell.
Hey Jeff, I got a dumb question, and I hate to interrupt.
There's no such thing as a dumb question, my friend.
Okay, but it's random to interrupt. But so how hard is it to actually build this? Because I feel like it's a site that's making 45,000 a month. That's going to take a lot more work than a site with that's making 1,100 a month.
Yeah.
But I mean, how hard is it to actually put up a website that generates net profit of 1,100 a month?
1,100 a month. That's pretty easy, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, Google does want a lot more quality content. So as of unlike last year, a year from now, a year ago, you can't just do best review of everything. You want to give people value. So I like building out blogs. It's informational blog posts on how to do this, how to do this, how to do this. Where I don't promote a damn thing. I just want to give value to my readers and show Google, hey, I'm not just all about selling stuff, even though I am. I have a baby blog, for example. I started out doing reviews on strollers. But I started doing different articles, how to, when does a baby sleep all night? Just a bunch of informational pieces of content that I can use to help build authority and relevance. But I mean, 1,100 a month site. I mean, it's hard to say. It really depends on you, on your work ethic, on how quickly you go through the training or not. Some people might not go through it as quickly as others. I know some of our members went through the training in like a couple of weeks, which is insane, and started taking action immediately, making a couple $100 a day.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
It makes me freaking happy to hear that. It's one of our students who is always like posting success stories in the group. I mean, if you're completely new, 1,100 a month. I mean, you can do it.
Let's say I was brand new and I had part-time time. I was working a job. And I wanted to work 2 hours a day, every day on a website for affiliate.
I mean, I'm not going to make any guarantees because again, your mileage may vary. But I would say you can build a site making that within 6 to 12 months.
Fair enough. So 6 to 12 months, you could possibly, flip a site for 50 grand.
Yeah. And again, I'm honest. I'm not going to promise a damn thing. I'm not going to say you can do this for sure, because some people might do it and they might have stumbling blocks. They might feel stuck and not want to continue. I mean, I tell people a lot, the only stupid question is the one you don't ask. I had someone that was stuck for a month on one simple thing, but he didn't want to ask because he felt it was a stupid question. And I did a custom video for him. He still didn't get it, which is fine. And so on the webinar about a month ago, I explained it again live in a different way. And he was like, he actually typed in the chat like, aha, like a 20 or 30 times. He had his major aha moment, and he's then continued past it. But if I didn't push people to ask me what they think of their dumb questions, he wouldn't have continued. He wouldn't have asked me that and done it. So like I said, your mileage may vary, but yeah, certainly is possible. It's up to you. And I'm going to help you. I'll help you. We all want it any way that we can, but it really is ultimately up to you. The old saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So I'm huge on transparency and honesty. I'm not going to promise you're going to get rich overnight with this, because you probably won't. But if you stick to what I teach, you are going to be making more than you were a year ago. If you stick to what I teach and do it the way that I teach it. And I say that, I don't mean to be cocky saying that, but I teach in a way that's very newbie friendly. I've had people in previous course I did that they built an awesome site, but they tried promoting things a different way because there was more profit potential there, but it was a much more competitive niche they were going after, and it didn't work out for them. But the people that follow what I teach, they're getting pretty damn good results, like a couple $100 a day results, which is awesome. So, and that kind of stuff makes me, if you can't tell, this is genuine. It makes me really happy when people follow what I teach and get results doing so, because I enjoy seeing people have that success. So that being said, I've got, hold on, let me, this is kind of dumb, but give me a second here. Hold on. I'm going to try to view this. Yeah, how do I view those? Is it slide master? How do I view the presentation mode for this, Max? Do you know? On PowerPoint. Sign transitions. I don't do PowerPoint stuff a lot. Hold on. Okay, here we are from current slide. Okay. Oh, no, you guys probably can't see that. Okay, never mind. Anyways, on this next thing, it's pretty funny. It starts off, I wanted to give you guys an easy thing to remember. And of course, and it's the CFDIP method. It's much more funny when I do this live because I review each line separately. I promise it's real funny live. But Max is just not getting the joke. So
No, I get.
instead of like something clever like ABS always beats Sally, I just made up something random. This method. I did that one live thank you, Max. I've done that live at a few events, and some people get the joke and they laugh. Other people just kind of stare at me awkwardly, like, "Is this guy an idiot?" But this is serious advice. That's just a joke. So I hope you guys get it. Basically, you want to choose your niche. Number one, you want to purchase your domain name. I prefer something brandable as opposed to keyword based. For example, if your niche, Max is still laughing. That's awesome, Max. If your niche
I'm crying over here.
it took Max like 15 seconds to get the joke.
Because I was trying to figure out how to make your screen bigger, and then it's like it's word vomit, it's letter vomit.
So I promise it's much better live because I do each line on its own. People are like, oh, that's good stuff. At the end, I say the seed method, whatever. Yeah. Anyways, purchase your domain name. I prefer something brandable as opposed to keyword based. For example, if your niche is chainsaw reviews, I would much rather do something like harrysoutdoors.com versus chainsawreviews.com because harrysoutdoors.com, you're not limited to just doing chainsaws. You can do anything, swimming pool supplies, camping supplies, anything. And there's actually one affiliate that owns a chainsaw review website with chainsaws in the domain name, one of my competitors, and he does other things like swimming pool cleaners, and he's ranking for it, but it just looks weird to me on a chainsaw domain. So I recommend something brandable. It sounds better. It sounds more professional, and it's probably something you can sell for more later because people are not going to be stuck, for example, with just doing chainsaws. They can do anything outdoors related. So that's a simple tip. But I will see a lot of people doing, chain-saw-reviews-2021.com. Don't do that. But I actually cover in the training, which we'll get to later, kind of exactly how you can find an awesome domain name and do just that. So anyway, some more awesome tips. You want to plan out your content, how many review times to post, blog posts, etc. Crucial, this is important. Be sure to have an Amazon privacy policy, an about us page and a contact page, and also a standard privacy policy page. Excuse me. And then decide on your site structure, which I'll get into a little bit down below. You can either do a kind of a standard blog format, reviews on specific product names, etc., or a silo structure. Now, silo is a bit more advanced, but I'll cover that briefly down below, but I go into that in pretty good detail within the training. Next up, you want to figure out your content strategy, how many reviews, how many blog posts, etc. And typically, if I was going to do a chainsaw blog right now, for example, I would probably start off with maybe 10 or 15 posts. That's it. I might do maybe 5 that are, it depends on the structure. If I was doing a regular blog, see, this is something that it's going to make a lot more sense when I have hours to explain it in the training or a live training webinar. But I would do I would do a website between 10 and 15 pages. And I would typically do twice as much blog posts or informational content. So let's say I do versus reviews. So let's say I have reviews on 5 specific types of chainsaws: gas chainsaws, electric chainsaws, plug-in. I don't really know about chainsaws at all, but let's say I have plug-in chainsaws, etc. I'm going to want at least twice as many informational blog posts that just give good information. How to start a chainsaw, how to clean a chainsaw. And you can go to Google and just go Google search for how to chainsaw, and you find plenty of ideas for that. And I cover that more in my training as well. But I want to give people good value. They're going to stay on your site for longer. They're going to be more likely to trust what you're recommending. And of course, they're more likely to share your content as well. So again, I cover that more in the training, but that's kind of what I would start off doing. So anyway, onto Amazon. So that, by the way, again, is the method. Thank you. Max likes that one. I hope you guys laughed as much as Max did.
I need a T-shirt with that. It's like I use the subdoof method and I rock. Like
That could actually be a good SMI t-shirt maybe in the
that,
future.
or a hat. I want it on my hat. I'm like subdoof
They
method.
can just say the Zips method. Like people are like, what the hell is that?
If you don't know, you don't know. You know, you need to join SMI to learn the super doof method.
I can make this bigger. Perfect. Okay. Different commissions for Amazon per category. So again, Amazon did drop things down. They dropped the amount they pay you, of course, right during the pandemic, because why wouldn't they? And they made Jeff Bezos billions more doing so, that a-hole. But I still think Amazon is one of the best places to get started because their business is converting visitors into customers. And I will say at least one of every 20 people I send to Amazon buys at least one thing. Whether it's what I recommend or something else, they do, because once they click on your affiliate link, anything they buy within 24 hours, I know it's short, but anything they buy within 24 hours is going to pay you a commission. So typically, I will not really go for this stuff too much, but you can if you want. I usually look at the 3% stuff, toys, furniture, home improvement, lawn and garden, because it's more of the common stuff. Excuse me. All that kitchen stuff is good as well. Hey, drink some water, excuse me. I need to breathe. I get excited and I forget to breathe. I'm talking so much here. Okay, so let's do some niche research live. Well, I will, and you can sit there and watch. And one does not simply as another meme, and one does not simply put a keyword on their website and rank in Google. So I'm going to move this over here. And let me see here. I need to share. Give me a moment. Zoom is weird. And I'm going to stop the share. Okay, you guys probably couldn't see it there anyway. I'm bigger again. And let me go ahead and share this right here. Make sure I'm not showing anything I shouldn't be showing. My websites, etc. Let me close my bookmarks. There we are. And changing consumer behavior, share sound. Okay. Okay, I'm sharing a new screen real quick. If you guys are still awake and if you can see my screen, type a quick, okay, type a quick one. Awesome, thank you, Max. Type a quick one or a yes or a whatever.
You had such a serious face on before, like you were searching.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so this, and I'm sorry I don't have a link for this. Hold on a second. Tell you what, I'm gonna drop this in the chat, but I want you guys to promise me that you're not gonna, I'm gonna do it at the end. Max, if I forget to drop this link at the end, let me know. I don't want people to get distracted and go through this stuff live. But this is called, this is rising retail categories with, it's a Google tool. And they made this tool a couple of years ago. And essentially what it does is it combines Google Trends, what people are searching for, with e-commerce and kind of purchase intent, buyer intent types of keywords. So basically, it shows you what's really hot, what's selling right now. So as an example, vehicle display flags, that's a trend that's number 1 for the monthly. So that's increased 600% in Google searches over the past 30 days. And it doesn't always get it right, but that includes stuff like cheap car rental. Doesn't really make sense. Let's get candy buckets. So here, of course, Halloween's coming up, which makes sense. So candy buckets, 200% increase. I don't try to look for the cheaper stuff. Typically, what I will do is I will try to find something that's going to be at least be on average, maybe a couple $100, so I can make a decent commission on Amazon. So here's an example. Lawn aerators and dethatchers, that's gone up 60% the past 30 days. Now, keep in mind, a lot of stuff you're going to be looking at is going to be extremely seasonal. Extremely seasonal. For example, lawn aerators and dethatchers is going to be popular really between March and about right now. It kind of dies off in October or so because it's winter, it's cooler for the most part, and this is U.S. traffic, so we're not looking at down under south of the equator. So if you were to build a site on lawn care right now, yeah, you're probably not going to see any traffic or anything until March of next year. So just kind of keep that stuff in mind. A lot of stuff is seasonal. Or for example, here's an example: snow pants and snowsuits. Snowboards, here we are. Snowboards, those are expensive, right? That's going to be very, very seasonal as well. And you're not going to really see, if you build the site right now, it's probably not going to be ranking for a few months. Depends on what you put into it. So you're probably not going to see results until next year. But I do have a few seasonal sites. I've got a few in lawn care and swimming supplies, and those are awesome between March and September. Then they kind of die off for the year. So just keep that in mind. A lot of stuff will be seasonal. Search volume does change based on the weather, based on the season, based on many, many different things, based on the holiday. So snowboards, I actually like that example. And if you look on the right here, it shows you top growing categories or queries in snowboards, which is awesome. So snowboarding, Burton, that's a snowboard company, snowboard size chart, Burton snowboard, Jones snowboard, Capita snowboards. So all these different keywords here, which is pretty freaking cool. New Seymour, Solomon snowboards, snowboard shops near me, Arbor snowboards. This could be based in Michigan or something. Ann Arbor, isn't it Ann Arbor, Michigan? I think it is.
Yep.
Okay, never been. But yeah, anyway, so I actually like that category. But you can also look at things that changed the past week. If you want to see what's trending, beer dispensers and taps. That sounds fun. So I mean, a home bar type of thing could be good. I don't know what those sell for. Fireball keg, I've got no idea.
They're
But-
not cheap. I'll be honest. It's not cheap. It's not cheap to start, but I think for hobbyists.
Yeah, I know nothing about. Okay, fireball keg. How was this then?
Yeah, look at that thing.
So a keg dispenser. Geez, I didn't even think that'd be this awesome.
You just get a new idea for a niche site.
Possibly. There is more criteria, which I go to in the training as to what I would be looking for. So I don't know, possibly, but I'd have to take a deeper dive into this. I would say it's of interest, but I look for a certain amount of products being sold and a few other things that would kind of, so I'm looking for a kind of, yeah, mention me it's worth going into or not. So that one, I'm not sure, but a commission on that. And that's why I look for higher priced things. What is it, 3%? That's going to pay you $30. And if you get a bunch of traffic and if you do $30 a day, one sale a day of one of these things, it's $1,000 a month. Which is how you could flip for what, $35,000, $40,000 potentially.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. And that's if they only just buy that.
Yeah.
Usually what's crazy with that though is you still need all the other stuff to brew. There's a whole process. You got to get the weird copper cord thingy deal. There's like, that's just for your own home keg. That's for your own home bar. That's got nothing to do with like brewing your own stuff. So
Fun fact, a friend of mine I used to work with, he's a brilliant, honestly, probably one of the two smartest people I know. And he's beat chess grandmasters in chess. He's a master of everything. Crazy, but he was a chemistry major. He's got a master's in chemistry, but he actually quit doing that to go into marketing. He was the CEO of a marketing company here in Orange County and stuff, but he became a home brewer as a hobbyist. And he made, and I'm not even just saying this to be nice, he made some of the best beer I've ever had at home. And I said, so Gary, I said, and Gary, does actually being a chemist help? He said, oh yeah, hell yeah, it helps a lot. So I kind of joke, he's like the Breaking Bad guy of home brewing, but the guy's stuff is amazing. It really is amazing.
Heisenberg brews.
Yeah, that's possible. Yeah, but it's just really, he gave them clever names. Like he had one, it was called, it was an Irish Scottish ale called Flogging and Misty. Misty was his girlfriend at the time, so like Flogging Molly, Flogging Misty. He had one called Respectable Elephant, which was an 11% alcohol Belgian brew. Respectable Bigfoot. But he gave them clever, brandable names. And that's off topic of this, of course, but I really want a beer now. But yeah, if you're passionate about beer or about the niche, this is one that would be worth looking into. I mean, I would not recommend going into this niche yet until you kind of go through the criteria I look for. But I'd say there's potential, definitely. There's potential. So again, I look for stuff that's going to be higher price. Video cameras might be competitive. I don't really know that. And here's the thing also, I'm going for a niche. I don't, people say, oh, just follow the money. I tried doing it, and I'm not making this up, but ClickBank has a product on how to build your own chicken sheds and woodworking stuff. And that stuff bores me to tears. But I tried building a chicken shed blog once, like 5 years ago. I mean, I'm in Southern California. Actually, my neighbor here has chickens, believe it or not. They make awesome eggs. But before moving here, I've never really seen chicken sheds, But she has one right there. It's crazy. But that's not really part of Southern California culture. We don't do farming. We don't do chicken sheds. And I tried it and it bored me. I just dropped it. It was boring, bored the hell out of me. So, I mean, you don't have to be passionate about a niche. You don't have to be in love with it, but you at least have to be something you're not going to get bored of. Video cameras would bore me probably. Beer dispensers would not, because I enjoy that. Fog machines, that's too seasonal, too niche for Halloween. Costumes, probably not enough money there. Space heaters, it's boring, but they pay enough, I think. I'd probably go for that. I mean, as long as I can fake enthusiasm. I mean, that could be part of like an outdoor site. If you're doing an outdoor site, maybe outdoor patio furniture stuff, you could do space heaters and outdoor couches and everything. And then, of course, I look at the yearly stuff as well. I don't think I covered that yet. Laboratory chemicals, staying away from that one. Hand exercisers, everyone's at home working from home now. They want to avoid the carpal tunnel. The cars, trucks, and vans. Okay, why not? Earwax removal kits. No, thank you. And I actually go through and check this site, believe it or not, every 3 or 4 days, because it changes on the daily. And I'll spend 5 minutes looking at the yearly, the weekly, the daily stuff. Digital artwork, of course, NFTs are huge right now. I don't understand them at all, but they're huge. Trillion uniforms are getting back to school now. That makes sense. Camera bags and cases, cameras, badminton. I know nothing about that, but I think you have those little, yeah, I don't know anything about it. But actually, I like snowboards. I actually, I don't like them. It's nothing I've ever done. I went skiing when I was a kid, but snowboards, I did some pre-research. I actually kind of like that. It wouldn't bore me to tears. I could probably do blog posts that are helpful to people, best, and you can also, if you don't want to write the content yourself, you don't have to, you can pay people to do it for you. And I share with you guys, by the way, exactly how to do that and where to find the best writers. But snowboards, this isn't bad. So I'm going to sort, I'm going to give you guys a few tricks, a few tips right now. I wasn't going to do this, but I'm in a good mood. I want to find stuff that's going to keep people happy. And I want to find stuff that already has good reviews, because when you go to Amazon and you're looking to buy something, it's a bit on the expensive side. And you guys can answer me in the chat. What convinces you to buy or to not buy the product? And I probably already gave it away, but I want to see you guys answer. Be honest. What would convince you to buy or not to buy a $259 snowboard if you wanted to do a new snowboard? And please, all you folks back at home, if you can answer me in the chat, let me know, what do you think? What would convince you to buy or to not buy? And Max, you can answer too if you want, if they're not answering. Star ratings, okay, star ratings, reviews. Dominic, Chris Gobbins says star ratings.
I want to make sure it fits my foot.
Yeah.
It should have a foot scale so that I can fit my monster size 13s. But
that's when I look at reviews. Exactly. You guys got it right though. And Max's foot thing, which is okay. He's got big feet. I get it. Okay. Reviews are gonna what sells it for you. Reviews. So I want to find things that have good review. So I'm gonna sort by 4-star ratings to get the good stuff first. And I'll be honest, if you sell more expensive stuff, it's going to pay you a bigger commission. So I'm going to maybe look at a minimum, maybe $250. I want to make some money here, right? So here we are. Here's different snowboards on Amazon, and quite a few of them that are over $250 that have 4 stars or higher reviews. And these pretty much sell themselves once you get the click. There's different accessories. Yeah, I know nothing about snowboarding. Snow boots. Look at that, $309. Geez, it's expensive. So there you are.
Well, let's put this way. You wanted $1,000 purchase, right? So when you actually combine the board with the bindings with the boots,
Yeah.
That's $1,000 sale
There
close
you
to it
go.
right there. And
There you
that's not
go.
including if you're buying the pants and the long johns and the socks and the hats and the
There you go.
goggles and the gloves and the hand warmers and all this other stuff. So
You snowboard, Max? Or
I ski. I don't have the
okay.
balance. I can't skateboard either. I'm way
Me
better
too,
on.
dude. Same. I could never skateboard as a kid. My
I can
brother always.
rollerblade. I can rollerblade. I can't skateboard. I could ski, but I can't snowboard. I don't
Hey,
have the. I think it's a core strength imbalance somewhere where like I tried snowboarding once and I fell on I got tired of falling on either my face or my butt.
yeah.
And I basically walked down the mountain and traded them in for skis and then had a great time for the rest
Yeah.
of the weekend.
Yeah. I used to go skiing when I was a kid, but it's like I'm dating myself 30 years ago. 32
Well, no,
years ago, cheers.
I try to go every year now,
Nice.
except for last year. But the year before, no, I was able to go March of 2020. Didn't go this year, but
Nice.
March of 2020 was the last I skied. I went up to Taos, New Mexico. We got an awesome house out there.
Nice, dude. Very cool.
Right across. I'm gonna shut up. Go back to what.
All right. Yeah, we go off topic and just talk. We have fun. We do have a lot of fun in the group, and the webinars are like this. We have fun. I don't like being serious all the time. I mean, I work from home. I gotta keep some level of sanity. You guys like my hat, by the way? It's a camouflage SMI hat. I love it. I always wear hats also. So snowboards, with all of that stuff, Max even suggested, the whatever he said, bushings, or I don't know what it was, some kind of connectors or something. The
Bindings.
Bindings.
It's the thing. It's the thing. Well, if you see the third thing over, it's the snowboard and binding package.
Okay, perfect.
So basically, like the binding is a strap that your boot goes into that connects your foot. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. So I could probably easily build a site in half a year to a year, a brand new site that can probably do $30 a day. Easily. $30 a day. Selling a few snowboards, accessories, skis, etc., suits, clothing, etc. And the thing is, if I buy something on Amazon, I mean, I'm going to get targeted for this now. Let's go to Ride War Pig men's snowboard, $500 to $700. Look at this stuff here. Products related to the search. If I go down, it's probably going to have people commonly buy this. It might not, but it might bundle some things together for me. You guys have seen it before, like a package of stuff, or it gives you like a, okay, this one's not, but you'll get that a lot where it says people commonly buy these 3 items. Be a snowboard, boots, and bindings. Add all 3 to cart. Yes.
Add it to your cart and see what happens. I guarantee it'll give you the bundle.
Let's go ahead and add the cart. Hold on. Select size. Okay. I have no idea. Let's go 154. Products related. Okay, so let's go ahead and add the carts. I'm gonna get targeted with snowboard stuff. Okay, here, related items to what I've viewed. More items to consider. Jeep stuff, cool stuff. I bought a Jeep, I love it. So it's not usually it does that, but not always, of course. But it gives you items to consider. Here's bindings. It looks like that I've never looked at before. Here's I don't know what that is. It looks like a snowboard bag. Here's a snowboard, more binding. So Amazon is great at getting money out of customers, and no matter what they buy, within 24 hours you get that commission, which is awesome. So could you guys do $30 a day in sales? Yeah, easily.
Oh, and then you got roof racks, and there's all that stuff. There's roof racks that you get. There's the wax. I mean, roof racks I feel like are pretty expensive, but roof racks. But then it's kind of like the guy walks into the store to buy tampons, right? It's like the joke about that. But he walks out with a boat. He bought a boat and a fishing pole. It's like, what happened? Well, won't be doing anything all week. But it's kind of the same thing. Because then it goes to like, hey, if you're going to be snowboarding, you're probably driving to the mountains, and if you drive to the mountains, you may need snow, the 4-wheel drive tire things, and then you need all this other winter gear. So this is actually a pretty good looking niche here, Joe.
Yeah. I would say so. This is probably one I would go for. And it's kind of your freebie here, I suppose, guys. But I do, of course, go into a lot more detail within the training itself. So yeah, I think I like snowboards. Though. That's one I would actually consider doing, I think. I mean, this is, please, before you go jump in and buy a snowboard domain and try to do this, there's still a few more things to look for, honestly, which I'm not going to go into yet, which I'm not going to go into today. But this one is looking very promising so far. there's probably a few more steps I would do, like look at keyword search volume and different keywords and difficulty, and a few more things I'm not going to even mention now that are kind of my secret sauce for success. But I think I'm liking it so far. I'd have to check a few more things. So that's kind of that. That's kind of how that works. And again, this is Think with Google. I'm going to drop this in the chat right now for everybody. So I'm going to ask you guys, kind of be honest, be nice, click on it now, please. Open it in your browser and minimize it, or just use your phone, take a quick picture of it, whatever. But it's Think with Google, Rising Retail Categories. I'm going to give you guys a few seconds to get out your devices or click on the link. But this, I actually shared this website. Of course, it's not mine. When I did SEO Rockstars presentation last year, 2020, and a few of the other speakers said that was like the best tip of the whole day. And this is something, I again, what we all do at SMI, we teach the stuff we actually do. I actually got a backlink on Forbes.com last week. I was like, holy crap, Forbes, from one of my affiliate websites for a fake persona. And I shared that in the group. And people have been using my training on how I did that, and they've accomplished the same things themselves. But I brag about that stuff in the group as well, because it excites me. This is genuine. I'm freaking A, Forbes for a fake person. And I got Forbes, Business Insider, Entrepreneur.com, Yahoo Finance, a bunch of others I forget now. But I teach you guys how to do that stuff. And when I have success, I post about it as well, because it's a reminder that it works. Number one. And number two, I actually do the stuff I teach. I don't just say, do as I say, not as I do. I say, do as I say, because I do it and it works. And I know from experience that it works. So I'm out there doing this stuff every single day and it works. And if you follow the ways that I teach it, it works. And if you get stuck and you have a stupid question, and if you ask me what you think is a stupid question, I promise not to make fun of you too much. And I will help you get past that. I will help you kind of get past that stumbling block. Because there are, you're not going to know everything. I don't either. But the nice thing is there are some SEOs that are much smarter than myself. Stephen Floyd's one of them. Max, I don't know, we're probably about the same. We're both college dropouts.
3 times.
3 times, nice. 3 times, just one for me. But I'm friends with some of the top SEOs in the industry, and so I don't know something, I ask them, even if I think it's a dumb question, because they know that, hey, you have to learn something. Everyone learns something for the first time. Yeah, so that makes no sense. I hope that makes sense. I mean, don't be afraid to ask the questions. I certainly am not with people that I feel are above me with SEO. And just like I would love you guys to come to me if you get stuck in the training. So that being said, let me reshare my, this is the quicker part to reshare my PowerPoint presentation. 1 second, please. And then my wife just informed me that the dinner is over. But tomorrow, by the way, there's actually more free training tomorrow and more on Friday. Tomorrow, I'm going to be covering, well, you'll find out. I'm going to be covering one thing that, you maybe heard of, but you're probably not doing. And I guarantee many of your competitors are not doing it. But I'm going to go into details to how, and I hate saying this one trick or this one thing, but this really is one thing that can boost your website's authority like crazy. And if Google sees you as an authority in your niche, if they see your website as an authority in your niche, guess what's going to happen? They're going to send you traffic. They're going to send you traffic. They're going to send you customers that want to look at what you're talking about. And I'm going to go into that stuff a bit tomorrow. And of course, the paid training is much more detailed than this. But again, even if you don't buy our product, that's fine. Show up tomorrow. It's going to be awesome stuff. So let me stop the share. Boom, I'm big again. And let me share my screen. Where to go? PowerPoint presentation.
It's just a show of hands real quick while Jeff is doing this. Who here already does SEO or has tried affiliate SEO or has tried to build a e-com store or an online store or a drop shipping store or something else?
And I guess we all have, raise your hands, but
we all have raise your hand, show of hands, hit 1, press Z. I don't know. All right, John says me.
Awesome.
Who else? Because I know I have. Who never has? That's what all right. I'm going to assume everybody has, but has anybody here not ever tried to build an affiliate store or an e-com store?
I've never. If you haven't. Yes, I have, or no, I haven't, or Yes or never, whatever works.
All right. Jacob says me. Never.
Never. Okay, so
Okay. All right.
no worries. Awesome.
Okay.
So,
All
so I
right.
mix
So
it. I
we,
mix
you know,
it.
it's like it's like a 50-50. You know, some
Yeah.
have, some never have.
Perfect. So
Yeah.
so and also the way I teach things as well. I don't try to teach at a crazy high intelligence level because I'm frankly not that smart. But I teach you guys. I want to make it easy for everybody to understand. And I'm not saying I'm an idiot. I don't consider myself a highly intelligent person. I'm okay. I'm certainly not an idiot. But I've been able to build this business myself at home, online myself. I live in one of the most expensive housing markets in the US. And that's not bragging. I was just born in the area, been here my whole life. I would love to leave if I could, but long story on that one. But yeah, I'm able to do this full time for myself. I haven't worked a day job for quite some time now, 5 years or so. I think that was, I took a job for 1 year about 5 years ago at an SEO and marketing agency as their head SEO because I was bored at home, believe it or not. That's when my son was 1 year old. Stephen was turning one. I was just kind of getting bored at home. So I took a year to do that and learned a little bit more about it, higher level agency stuff. But really, I don't like working with customers. I don't like doing sales. I don't like talking on the phone to customers and trying to sell my services, which is why I love doing affiliate stuff. Although, fun fact, my affiliate stuff a couple of times has gotten me customers that actually did end up doing SEO work for because I did really awesome results as an affiliate. And now I'm really well known, and I don't have any clients at the moment, but I'm really well known in 9-figure per year, which is nine, 10-figure per year industry as a go-to SEO guy, which is kind of cool. So every once in a while, I'll talk to people about doing that. Usually reputation management, which I've done a couple of before, but I prefer just to not work with clients at all and just do my own thing. So anyways, you guys should be able to see my PowerPoint presentation again now. Max, you see it okay?
One does not simply put a keyword on their website and rank
Okay.
on Google. Absolutely.
Perfect. Okay. Absolutely. Okay. Awesome. So we're kind of coming to a close, but dinner is here. I think I got a roast beef sandwich. If anyone knows, from Board and Brews, which is an awesome sandwich place in Anaheim Hills. So anyways, we're going to go real quickly into site structure. And again, it's the really high level, what's the word, 10,000 foot overview of the basic process. There's two kind of standard types of formats you'll see for Amazon or for any affiliate websites. So you have a silo structure. And I'm going to show you an image below where your main keyword, for example, chainsaw reviews or lawnmower reviews, is set as a page. And again, I know this might not make sense now for those that haven't done this, but once you go through my training, or you'll understand it. And then number two is going to be your kind of your standard blog format post. That is where most of the content is post and product reviews on specific items. Let me try to make a bit more sense out of this. So here's a silo structure as an example. Let's say I have my homepage here, and my homepage is just whatever, generic. Actually, let's ignore this one completely. Let's say my homepage is actually, you know what? I can't really redo the image now. But let's say that I was going to start off doing a chainsaw review website, right? Ignore that homepage. Can I shrink it? No, I can't. Ignore that. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm going to see if I can redo this real quick in Paint. Give me a moment because it's bothering me.
Hey, while he's painting, has anybody, if you've ever done affiliate SEO before, were you aware of what he's teaching, or is this like new stuff for you?
Good question.
This is I'm letting you draw.
Appreciate it. I'm just gonna remove this.
I understand the pressure that you're like, oh, we're live. I can't. It's hard to do this.
I want to give you guys value.
Yeah,
is what I want to do. I really do. I do care.
Fixed and virtual silos. Were you aware of? I have tried and failed in past. Tried and failed in the past. Yeah. Were you aware of the whole, the rising retail category stuff though? Because I know that's no, yeah. It's amazing what's out there, if you actually know what to look for, but it's hard to find it sometimes.
Okay, so
for
this is
sure.
better. My simple.
Oh, there we go. All
There
right.
we are. Okay, so basically, if I was doing a chainsaw review website by itself, right? My homepage would be, this is a silo. My homepage would just be about chainsaw reviews. It might be like something like I showed you guys, or something you'll see in the training, perhaps, where I just talk about maybe the best 10 chainsaws there are, or the best 5 chainsaws, the best 5 chainsaws. And I might have maybe 2 that are gas, 2 that are electric, I don't know, 3 that are gas, whatever. And then what I do is on my, that's gonna be my homepage for the site, the first thing you see. Below that, I'm gonna have individual product reviews. So Honda HRX 123 chainsaw review, Honda blah 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 chainsaw review. I don't know chainsaws. Green blah 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 whatever chainsaw. You guys get the idea. That would be
Leatherface.
that would be a silo. That would be a siloed website. And if I wanted to expand it later, I could actually do that. Let me see here. And I could kind of change it, make that chainsaw reviews homepage a regular page by itself. And again, this might seem confusing now. I promise it's really not once you can get it. And I do cover it a lot more in the training, but you can still, basically my point is you can still expand upon it later. Oops, and go, from that chainsaw reviews to that. So the other type of structure, again, is just really kind of a standard blog type of format, which is nothing special, nothing fancy, pretty simple. I prefer silos like this. They can be expanded upon. And again, if this doesn't make sense now, I promise I will make it clear as mud in the training itself. Would I add information content into the silo from the beginning? Daniel, that's a good question. I would not add my informational content into the silo at all. I would have it be under the blog, which would be separate from the silo. So in this silo, it's going to be nothing but chainsaw reviews. These are going to all link to each other and the homepage. This is going to link only to those and nowhere else. So I'm going to keep these separate from the rest of the site. And the blog is going to be separate. Now, I would add blog informational content right away. Absolutely. But I would almost treat the blog as a separate silo, if that makes sense. And again, if it doesn't, I know this can be confusing. I'm trying to explain it in like a couple of minutes. I apologize, but I promise it'll make a lot more sense later. Or if you're still completely stuck, you can always, is there a place they can email us, Max?
Support at searchmarketing.institute.
So if you're completely stuck on this, Google it, go to YouTube. I'm not being a smart ass because there's great explainers on there. If you're still stuck, you can email us. No forward the email to me. I'm happy to help you out with that if I can, even if you don't buy it, that's fine. So anyway, for the silo website structure for the reviews, and the credit to this one, Doug Cunnington of nichesiteproject.com. But I just kind of saw this, and this is exactly what I've been doing for a couple of years for my Amazon reviews. So I'll have my title that gets attention, my introduction paragraph, a half or full width image, comparison table, and let me just show you guys this instead. This is one of my own sites, right? I haven't really touched in a couple of years though, but baby stroller stuff. So I make it look nice. I space out my content. I've got Amazon ads on the left. I've got other blog posts down below. It just looks nice. I can't show you the whole site, of course, but yeah. That's kind of how that works. And again, I here's the thing, to explain this stuff now would be trying to put a whole course of information into not a lot of time, so I apologize if I couldn't go into more information on that. But typically I will build a silo type of website and I will expand it later. So let's say I've got harriesoutdoors.com, right? And I'm going to start off with just chainsaws, but I want to expand later to lawnmower reviews. I would actually redo the homepage to be more about just outdoors products in general, and have a whole separate silo. So chainsaw reviews, blah blah blah, lawnmower reviews. Honda's 123 lawnmower, Honda's blah 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 lawnmower. You guys get the idea. I don't know lawnmowers. I just know Honda makes them. I'm pretty sure they do at least. So you can always expand upon it later and have separate silos. In fact, hold on a second. You know what? I'm gonna take a few more minutes. Okay, I'm going to show you guys a live site. It's not mine, but I forgot to do. I'm going to go back to. You're going to like this, guys. This is a bonus I forgot to include when I was doing the research earlier for chainsaws. Because I didn't have time to go into this stuff right now, the research part. I found an ugly freaking website ranking for a lot of freaking awesome keywords, but he's got a good structure SEO wise. but the site is ugly. It really is. It's not my site. I'm not saying it to make you guys think, oh, I can do this. It's just an ugly site, but it works. You don't have to be an amazing designer. You don't have to use a super expensive WordPress thing to do this stuff. Let me share this page real quick. And again, this is not mine. This is just one that I found. And I was like, holy crap, why is this guy ranking for that stuff? So let's go with new share. What am I looking for? Hold on. Give me a moment, please. I hope this doesn't show more than one page now. You guys should be able to see only this Rogers Skateboards page. You guys see that?
Yeah, I see the Amazon and then Rogers.
Perfect.
Skateboard.
So yeah, so again, this is not mine, but there's no logo. It's ugly. He's got a few tutorials, but mostly just review content. But the reason I found this one, I did a search, I think, for best snowboards. I found this page right here. Simple. Big text there. He's got, actually, I use that plugin myself for sharing, quick introduction. And he's just got many reviews on everything. Yeah, it's a very basic generate press thing. Absolutely. It's pretty simple. He's got a simple, probably 100 words, quick pros and cons, check price on Amazon. And that red text, I mean, that's actually from a plugin I use. It shows followed versus no follow link. So I'll turn that off. Very simple. And this guy's ranking for so many insanely crazy keywords. And looking at his backlink profile, he's got a few good links, but he's ranking mostly just by having some pretty good content on there. And when I say it's ugly, it's just, this is actually a blog format here. Look at this. He's got the blog format, which I mentioned before. He's just got his latest post on the homepage here. But this guy has so much freaking content here. He generates a few backlinks naturally. And Google just sends him traffic. He's got 18 pages, so probably 180 posts on this thing. But he probably started off just with skateboards, rogerskateboards.com. That's probably an expired domain. It might not be. Because actually, I think it's an expired domain because I went to the About Us page. And there's no one named Roger that does this. So it's probably Rogers, yeah, founded in 2008 by Stacy Lowry and Michael Sieben. I don't see any Roger there. So I mean, it's just an affiliate site. They don't sell their own products. They don't sell their own decks or skateboards. So my guess is it might have been an expired domain, maybe an old skateboarding brand. I don't know. I haven't tried this case since the 80s and I sucked at it then. So I haven't really cared about it since then as well. But yeah, it's a massive menu header. Yeah, but it works. Like I said, it's ugly, right? But it works. He's got things and really freaking simple. And I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that. And Google seems to like it. It works. I would try to make it a bit prettier if I could somehow, but really, when you're going after that many products and that many categories, it's kind of hard to make it prettier. I mean, I would maybe put those in the footer instead to have this be a bit cleaner. Maybe just have the top categories up here. So that's probably a few things. I'd probably test that a few things that way. Okay, this is a good question here. As a non-writer, what budget do you suggest your students start out with when building an SMI style site in 2021? Daniel, that is an amazing question.
This is a really good question. And this actually gets covered a whole lot in the training.
It does, yeah. So typically speaking, and I will try to make my new posts be at least 1,500 words. The writing service I use, pull up my calculator here. I know you guys can't see it now. So let's say I think I pay, and it's either 30 or 35. Let's say 30. Let's say I pay $30 for 1,500 words, right? So let's say I want to do, to keep it simple, I'm going to start off with 10 articles at 1,500 words a pop times $30 a pop, yeah, $300. And if it's $35, it'd be like $350. So to start off with, for your basic content, I'd say between $300 and $500 is a very good start. For backlinking, I teach you guys ways you can do it for free. or you can pay for it if you want to as well. Of course, I mean, obviously you're going to pay with either time or with your wallet. So you're going to pay one way or another. If you do it free, awesome. It's going to take you a lot more time, but it works really well. I cover both paid and free methods for doing backlinking in my training as well. And again, if you get stuck, you're more than welcome to ask me anytime. Can you write the content yourself? Of course you can. Absolutely. I
Absolutely.
just forgot. And don't mention the product. You probably know what I'm talking about, but the tool I've been using to create content with recently. And here's the thing, and I really want to share it, but I can't
That's
because
a night. That's a
people,
night.
yeah. Here's the
That's a
thing,
night.
people. If I say what I'm doing, I put out for one of my blogs last week about 4,500. Oh, no, what was it?
I think it was five. Was it 5,000 words?
No,
You
no,
had
no.
like
I
it
think.
was an insanely long
Well,
article.
no. It was about 20,000 words.
Oh,
It was 15 to 20,000 words of content for, I think I did about 8 or 10 new blog posts. And I used this way of doing it. And if I told you, you wouldn't believe me anyways, but I did it live and showed the customers, showed the members live, and they loved it. And Daniel's taking off. Daniel, thank you for joining us, man. We appreciate you being here.
appreciate it,
Thank you so
Daniel.
much. Please join us tomorrow. By all means, we'll be covering more awesome stuff tomorrow. But yeah, you can write the content yourself. But I think my point was that I did the math on this. If I were to pay for the content, it would have cost me something like, I forget, $1,000 plus for that content.
Easily.
And the tool that I created the content with. And this is content that I put on one of my sites that makes money in the blog. I think the tool costs just $100 a month or something. So I'm not going to go into details now, but I completely forgot to mention that. But yeah, if you, and that's actually not, it's not in the main training, just so you know, that's in one of the webinars. And I think I did a Facebook Live on it as well. But you know what, you could probably start off using that tool. And if you have any questions, you can ask me, and you can save a crap ton of money that way. But I've been using it to add blog articles, blog posts to websites of mine in outdoor niches, cooking related niches, financial, stock trading niches. And it's not money content, it's not review content, but it's informational content. How to do this, how to do that, but it's unique content. It's not indexed in Google, and it passes Copyscape, meaning it's not going to get you penalized. So that's not one of my tools. It's something we do recommend heavily in SMI, but I completely forgot to even mention that now until someone, I think Daniel asked that question. But yeah, you could start off with a hell of a lot cheaper using that tool, and you're going to get some pretty awesome content. You're still going to want to pay for the review content. That is to be done by a modern writer that can, do it for you right now. But the blog content, you can spit out left and right. And it works pretty freaking well. So yeah, this Roger Skateboards, this was a simple site. This dude is ranking for a ton of freaking keywords. And yeah, if you want to check it out yourself, Roger singular, rogerskateboards.com. It's not mine. I would probably structure my site a bit differently. I'd make mine look a lot nicer. But this works. It doesn't have to be crazy expensive. It doesn't have to be professionally designed on a premium WordPress theme. This works out pretty well. So that being said,
no, that's an incredibly ugly site too. For I mean, if you think about modern sites, I'm not even sure how that would look on mobile, but that's basically like it's so basic in regards to, I mean, if you think skateboarding, when I think skateboarding, I think Tony Hawk, I think like everything else. And to me, that I would feel like a skateboarding site would just look cool.
Oh, yeah.
Like that does not look cool. Like if I was a skateboarder and I went to that site, I'd be like, but I mean, the information on there, listen, you're not going to that website to watch skateboarding videos. You're watching that for information about skateboarding. One of the things that I love talking about is buyer intent. And I think if anybody's going to that, they're looking for, what can I buy? Or it's parents, loved ones, grandparents, people looking for the best gift for somebody who wants to skateboard. So yeah. So for that, it's like, oh, well, the website says this is the best. So
by all means.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. So anyway, that being said, I actually went a little bit longer than I planned on doing, which is fine. So phase 3, profit Yeah, another meme. Yes, I killed that presentation. Any questions? I got a few minutes to take questions, but I'm really getting hungry.
Dude, where'd you find that meme? That's such a great meme.
I used that one. I did it. I used it for SEO Rockstars like 2 years ago, and I did the
Oh,
presentation
it's
there.
so great.
And I was like, I freaking love that meme. I'm gonna keep it. I forget where I found it, but I just like that's freaking awesome. I think I was looking at like presentation memes or something. I was like, that's freaking perfect. Yeah. So
It really is. Hold on. So here, I'll read them out to you, Jeff. So this way. Did you answer the question that came in a little bit about do you have all this DFY like done for you? Because it looks complicated for a newbie. Was that addressed or?
I don't think I even saw that question. No, what
Okay,
was
yeah,
that?
it was up. It was about 15 minutes ago. Do you have all this done for you? Jacob asked that. And Jacob, I could tell you this, like I know from personal experience, this looks really, really complicated on paper. Once you actually get like if you're familiar with WordPress or building a website or anything else, this is actually a really simple process. Because you're basically just building a website. It's not, and we
Yeah.
teach you step one, like how to buy a domain. Oh no, I am not. Okay, cool. So this is actually great because we don't have any bad habits to break.
Perfect.
We don't have to like,
Excuse
it's
me.
like stop using Wix. It's
Yeah.
not it's basically it goes from like, hey, this is where you buy your hosting, this is where you buy your domain,
Excuse
this
me.
is the theme that we recommend, this is the content that we recommend, this is where you can get images from, this is where you can,
Oh, yeah.
basically these are the
Thank you.
writers we recommend or the writing technique that we recommend.
Yeah.
And once you start doing it, I mean, it's actually, it becomes second nature. It's like anything else though. It's like learning a new language. If it's like picking up any new hobby. It's all going to seem really overwhelming at first, but I remember when I first started building websites, working online, like I was like, I don't understand how to make the header bigger, like just weird stuff that like now I'm just like, like
Yeah.
it was literally like yesterday. It was like, oh crap, the sales page is, ClickFunnels isn't linking to this. I gotta, it was like 12 minutes later, we had a brand new homepage on the website and all this other stuff. We teach you all that, and as you learn and as you get better at this is actually, it becomes second nature. And the thing about this is that like this is duplicatable and repeatable. So if you could do it for one, you can do it for 20. You can build one, because the thing with Jeff is, and I'm not sure if he said this or not, but Jeff doesn't just run one website. He's got, I actually don't even know how big his website network is, but I know myself, like I was talking to my bookkeeper today, and she's like, why do you have so much money going into website stuff? I was like, because I own about 100 domains, and and I've got a number of different hosting systems, and I've got all this other stuff. You can basically start with one, learn on that, get really good at it, and then keep rolling with it. And and we teach. So that's the thing. It's like we have people that came in that have never done anything before. And hold on, wait. So we got two more questions here. John says you mentioned using pages for the main review page, but then use posts for reviews. Why?
That's the silo method. I mean, that's kind of how everyone does silos. Max, do you have any reason for that? Is there a technical reason why that's done? I mean, silos have always kind of been that way.
I have a whiteboard here for you, Jeff, if you want, because you have what's called your quote unquote money page, right? That's kind of like your main page.
Hold on one second. You guys can probably see Max real small right now. Let me turn off the. Hold on. Let me turn off.
I don't know if you can.
Quick.
Can I? If I just talk, will it go big on me?
I don't think so, no. But real quick, I can stop the share. Watch this. And boom, we're both supersized. All right, so I think if you guys double click on Max's face, it should maximize both of us as the speakers. I know it did for me. If you double click on it,
can everybody see my face? If I talk, am I? I feel because all right. One new message.
Yeah,
two new messages. Yes. Okay, so what you have is
perfect. Okay.
And my puppy just came in. Hey, baby, what's up? So what you have basically for a silo structure is you have your main page. Like, let's just say the review of the product page. Yeah, sure. You can turn on the light. Yeah, the light's good. So the money page, right? Sorry, this is like I literally have a 6 foot by 4 foot whiteboard that I rarely get to use. So I'm actually really excited about this. I do need a new eraser. I don't use it that much, you
Excuse
know.
me.
I basically I started using this a whole lot last year when my kids started doing math at home for homeschool. And I can tell you this, the internet helped us graduate last year for math.
Nice.
Okay, but anyway, what you have is basically your money page. Okay. And yeah, I do need a new eraser. But let's just pretend that this is what we're talking about. So your main page, your main review page. So let's just say Max's dog treats, right? And when you write the blog posts about it, you can talk about benefits of dog treats, you know what I mean? Like the healthiest dog treats, this, top 5 things that you need to know about gastrointestinal stuff for dogs, da 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 da. Things, organic dog treats, things like that. And they all point back to your site. They all point back to the main page.
Main page, yeah.
Because realistically, this is the page that sends the traffic to the offer. But the rest of these all support the main page. Is it okay to interlink
Absolutely.
posts? That's a good question. I think it depends on what you're interlinking.
Yeah, typically I try to keep my silos kind of focused, lawnmower is one silo, chainsaw is one silo, etc. I typically will not interlink those to each other because I feel I just typically don't. I teach that in my training as well. I know there's some instances where you can. I typically will not. I just want to kind of keep things simplified because they work. I mean, if it ain't broke, when I fix it. But what I will do is I will use my blog post to talk about informational content, and I will link from my blog posts as well to my siloed pages. So I'll kind of treat the blog as just a non-silo. I can link from the blog to anything. So with the blog, I would say yes. With the silos, I would say no. But I mean, again, the beauty of SEO is, you're gonna get 1,000 different answers. I teach what works for me, and then Max teaches what works for him as well. And we've both been doing this for quite some time. So if I do teach you something, it might not be the best way to do it, but it might be. But if you find something better, let me know, and I'll test it and I'll teach you next, maybe. So I hope that's an okay answer. It's a very complex question, John, and I'm not technical at all. Well, I'm so freaking grateful for WordPress because I can make a freaking amazing looking website without being a designer. I can design graphics on tools
Or a
I
coder,
can't. Oh yeah,
or a programmer or anything else.
yeah.
Like that's
I'm not very technical. I mean, I can build great WordPress websites, but I can't do any backend programming stuff. And I think I know how to do a bold, and I know basic HTML. I can make text bold or italics. That's about it. So I'm not techie. You don't have to be with WordPress, which is awesome. So and yeah, typically I would not recommend having your post having dates and the authors in the post unless you're going for Google News. It makes it too sloppy, in my opinion. I want to try to keep things neat and clean. Plus, if you have a date on the post, Google likes showing recent content. Let's say you have a post on, I don't know, how about a post
let's just hypothetically say like best anything that's best, best way to do something.
Best electric lawnmower, for example. And you made that post today on September 22nd, and you have that in there. Well, now if you want to go and update it for 2022 in 6 months or a year, the URL is still going to have the old date. So I never put dates in my URLs ever. The only time I've done it was for a couple of clients before, years ago, when we wanted to get them Google News approved. I try to keep things clean. So I'm going to have like, harrysoutdoors.com/chainsaws/electric, harrysoutdoor.com/blog/how to start a chainsaw, something like that. I keep it simple and clean. It looks nice. It looks professional. It's not going to look confusing. And I love doing what I call the radio test, is I want to speak things out loud. So, I mean, again, if you're, for more information, go ahead and check out harrysoutdoors.com/09/2022/2021/blog/best chainsaws reviews whatever. But if for more information, check out harryschainsaws.com/chainsaws. It's just a lot cleaner, a lot neater. It looks better. And believe it or not, Google will also give more importance to the keywords, the content, the text in your URLs that are closer to the front of the URL. So you want to keep them as short as possible, whenever possible, within reason. So I try to keep things as clean as I possibly can. I don't include the author name. I don't include the dates. I hope that makes sense. Makes sense. Perfect. I love it. All right. So that being said,
Usman asked, "What is the budget? What budget is recommended for getting a website?"
I saw his
Basically,
question. Yeah, his question from getting the website up to 1,000 a month from the beginning. Usman, how you doing, man? Awesome question. We're Facebook friends, known him for a couple of years. Good dude. I would say between $3,000 and $5,000. I would say it could be more, it could be less. I mean, again, it's kind of like that age-old question: how long is a piece of string? Well, it depends. Like that. Max, I've never heard that one. How long is a piece of string? It depends. And it really does depend on what you do, on how much you go into it. But I would say, at least to be safe, between $3,000 to $5,000. You can do it for less, possibly. You can
I
use
think it
that.
also it depends on competition and everything else too. I mean,
Exactly.
there's a lot that goes into it.
There's
I
so
yeah,
many variables, but I teach you guys the best ways, in my opinion, to accomplish things in the quickest amount of time. So
yeah.
all right. So, any more questions? And I don't even think I'm not fancy at all. This is my buy now image right here. It's the link to the
No, you
page.
got it. Oh, okay.
But
Aren't you? Don't you have like a meme that goes with it? You want to
I
share
do
your screen
not.
again? Or
I forgot to add a in. I don't do sales. I can't sell for crap. I really can't. But I'm honest, and I hope you guys have been able to see that in me. And Max is great at sales, and he's honest too, which is rare. But yeah. So if you click on, if you guys do want to join, Max, do you want to tell them about our offer? What do we have? Should I let me
what do we
pull up
have
this?
today?
Here, let me pull up the page real quick. Hold on one
Okay,
second.
that'd be cool.
I'm gonna share this real quick, and then I'm gonna go eat because I'm starving. I didn't have
Okay.
lunch. But
You're
I want to
lucky.
make sure. I want to make sure you guys.
No,
All
I
right.
actually I ate before before the webinar. There's
All
a
right.
there's a pop-up restaurant near me called Fried Chicka Bang.
Nice.
It's
Sounds
amazing.
awesome.
It's dude, they do these like fried chicken sandwiches and they're ridiculous.
See, you're making me hungry.
I know I haven't had one.
I'm already
So anyway,
hungry.
so guys, here's the deal. What is Search Marketing Institute? You may want to know. So you're hanging out with two out of the three coaches. Stephen Floyd is the local SEO coach. So if you're looking to learn local SEO, if you want to work with small businesses, any business that needs foot traffic, any business that targets a local area, plumbers, home builders, so many. Okay. I mean, but Stephen teaches, maps, website. We all kind of teach our own website optimization because, this is SEO and you need, but Harlow, come here, baby. But wait, there's more. Yeah, there you go. Stephen teaches all the local stuff. Stephen's well known. If you have been in any other SEO groups over the last few years, Stephen was an SEO coach for another group that is no longer. I don't think it's reputable anymore. I was a member for many years. That's actually when I first met Stephen online, and he was the coach. And I got to say, like his training from 2017 was still being taught in 2020. All right, Andy says yeah, so he knows. Oh, what's up, Andy? Yeah. So, and then in regards to affiliate training, listen, Jeff just basically shared one very, very, very awesome nugget of everything that he teaches, in regards to building out affiliate sites.
Excuse me.
Because I got to say, his training is mind blowing. I am a course buyer, or I have been a course buyer for the last 8 years, 7 years, 8 years. And I've bought, this guy makes this much money doing this and he'll teach you how to do this. And then it's all like the same recycled crap that you see. Harlow, what do you want, babe? Come here. You want to get on camera? What is it? Sorry, my dog really wants attention. But anyway, but this is the thing. It's like what we teach, because I could say this. Stephen teaches what works now. Jeff teaches what works now. I teach, I'm the YouTube guy. If you were here last week, we went through a ton of stuff on YouTube. And then, there's always more, because SEO, making money online, digital marketing, all this stuff. Like, listen, if you never, ever, Andy says, yeah, me too. If you want to make side money, if you want to, earn an income, whether it's a full-time income, whether you want to work for yourself, I myself, I run a small digital agency, right? Like I do client work. I deal with a lot of different clients. Because I'm a terrible employee. I haven't had a quote unquote job, since I was 20, 23. So 20 years ago, it was like my last like job. Since then I've been self-employed, and I got into digital marketing back in 2013, 2014, because I realized that like, hey, digital is the way to go. And I've never looked back. I got to say, like, I constantly thank myself for the decisions. I want to thank the 30 something, because I'm in my 40s now, but but I want to thank like the 30 something Max. Like, I always thank that guy for having the foresight to get to learn something that was going to be, it's a term that I use a lot, but it's basically future proof. Like, digital marketing is future proof. Like, you're never going to get replaced in digital marketing. It's not like, oh, there's no more factory jobs, we can't use you anymore. There's no more space on the line for you. If anything, digital marketing saved the world. If you ask me personally, digital marketing saved the world last year, because digital marketers figured out a way to get your food delivered, get your stuff delivered, serve it to provide you content to everything else. But I teach the YouTube stuff, and basically what you're getting tonight is there's 2 more nights of this, by the way. There's 2 more nights of this, but if you choose to join, we have, I want to say there's about 20 something spots left for this second batch. The first group we opened up in March. It started with an M. Because that was just, we basically, for one, it was Stephen contacted both of us and said, hey, I got this idea, I want to do this. Because the industry itself, there's a lot of people, it's like, you don't have to learn anything else but this. Okay. You don't have to learn anything else but this. And what we actually teach is, it's like, listen, the thing that I love about digital marketing is like, you got to be on top of it. You got to be on top of it. Harlow, what do you want, sweetheart? Come here. Oh my God, you big baby, come here. Look, you're on camera now. Say hi to everybody. Okay. But digital marketing is one of these things that everybody needs to learn. Okay. Whether you're working in small business, whether you're working with a large brand, whether you're just trying to sell jewelry, whether you're trying to make sandwiches, whatever, people don't use the phone book anymore. What they use is the internet, whether it's their phone, restaurants near me, how much is brisket? Where can I buy the best snowboards? Where can I do this? Where can I do that? There's so many things. Okay. There's so many things that you need to learn about digital marketing that can change your life. Okay. And what you have is basically 3 coaches. If you've ever, so I don't know about you, but I'm an old school D&D role-playing guy. If you ever did like role-playing games where it's like, choose your, I am a nerd, total nerd. But this is what you have is like, you can choose your career path. You can choose your profession. You can choose your strength. It's kind of like, hey, I just want to work with small businesses and local companies. Great, you can. I don't want to ever deal with customers. I just want to sell stuff and make money online. Great, you have Jeff. And then there's somebody like me who's like, hey, I kind of like doing both, and where can I see value? It's like, oh yeah, there's YouTube, which is the second largest search engine in the world. Where, if you're like my kid, you can watch hours upon hours of FGTV. And then you realize that guy's been making videos since 2006, and he averages about $13,000 a day from his YouTube channel, which is insane. Now, most local businesses are going to do that. Most people don't want to submit their entire family to a reality TV show aspect. But I can tell you this, when it comes to what Jeff's doing, when it comes to affiliate stuff, video helps. If you're doing chainsaw reviews, guess what? I want to see this chainsaw cut. There's a lot of things that you can do with video that you just can't do with simple text. So anyway, do we give a guarantee for results? Absolutely not. Jacob, there is no such thing as a guaranteed result in anything. I don't personally know you. I do a lot of client work, but I want to. Yeah, so John says I do a lot of client work. But back to Jacob's question: do we do a guarantee for results? No. Because as somebody who's bought a lot of courses, as somebody who's been in this game for a long time, as somebody who actually made his first 5 figures online selling a course that he specifically built to help other people, no, because it depends on you. This is one of these things where it's like, I show up every week. Jeff shows up every week. Steven shows up every week. We show up, we teach what we teach. You got questions. Hey man, we answer questions. This is like, I dropped a client. I dropped a $4,500 a month client last month so that I could focus on SMI.
Yeah.
You know, like, and this is no BS. Like, I literally dropped a $50,000 a year client so that I could focus on SMI, because it was a conflicting thing. It was like, this lady keeps emailing me and I don't like her. Whereas I really like all the.
I remember when you fired her. I don't want to fire her, and he did. The
Yeah.
next day, he was like so much happier.
Yeah, because I was like, God, this woman emails me 6 times a day, and it was just stupid questions. You know, so this is the thing. What we teach works, okay? How you apply it and what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it, okay? Because, you know, there's a lot of people asking us like, hey, how much do you have to pay for content? This and this, that. When I first started in digital marketing, I wasn't even broke. I was bro. You know, it was like Brooke. You know, like I was working full time, and I came home, and then I got online and I worked online for like 3 hours a night. And that's how I basically built my business. And, you know, less than 10 years later, 6 years later, you know, I can tell you this, it was the best decision I ever made. But, you know, for anything else, it's kind of like if you buy a franchise, do I guarantee the McDonald's is going to make money? No, because there's a lot of variables. And the variable, the main X factor in any digital marketing course and anything online is you. You know, how bad do you want it? How hard are you going to work? How much time are you going to put into training? How much time are you actually, if you don't have the money to pay for some of the stuff that you can outsource, are you going to put the time into doing it? You know, so yeah, so, you know, and what's great about this is that, listen, this is a live webinar. This is recorded. This is going to be on replay. We're never going to guarantee anybody's results, but I can show you. But there's a wonderful page of testimonials and some review videos from people who have been in the course that have taken this. And we've seen people that came in. I wish I could show you Dave Key's video, you know, because we change lives if you do the work. But Dave's in his 60s, 70s now.
Probably,
Dave's 60,
yeah.
Yeah,
he's up there.
He's up there, you know. Dave's up there, but this is a guy that basically had a heart attack, almost died, lost all of his clients, came back, and then rebuilt a 5-figure business in a matter of months, just doing what we taught. Okay, and he's cranking, he's grinding, and I love it. He's actually one of the most active guys in the group.
Oh, yeah. He's on all my webinars.
This is actually a good question. What are the additional budget required other than your fees monthly budget? Depends on what you're doing. You know, depends on what you're doing. You know, when I first started, and I think it depends on what you're trying to do. If it comes to local, you know, because all the local stuff, you can basically do yourself. It's quicker to pay somebody to do it.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, I learned to build citations by myself. When it comes to writing content, when I first started building websites, I wrote all my content myself. I put on, you know, I took off one hat, I put on another hat, and I went to work. And it worked. And it was like, all right, I got to write content tonight. Whatever. So, I mean, what's your budget? Depends on what you need to do. The reason I love doing videos, because I hate writing. I could talk for hours though. So what I do is, I can tell you this, I could talk for hours. I'd get whatever I wanted to do. I would either do a screen share thing like this, or I'd grab my cell phone and I'd just start talking into a camera. And then if I needed 1,000 words of content, I would talk for 15 minutes about a topic. I would run it through a service like Rev or Temi, where they charge you 10 cents a minute to transcribe your audio.
Nice.
That's honestly, if you want to do the cheapest way to ever create content, and Dominic's laughing, but dude, it's so true, because I'm still cheap. I'm still, you know, there's certain things I spend money on, and there's certain things that I'm like, I could do it better.
Like an eraser.
Yeah, like an eraser. I won't buy an eraser. You know, I'm using a sock. No, straight up, dude. I'm using the sock here as my eraser. Oh, it actually works. But yeah, you know, so that's the thing. If you want to create 1,000 word articles or 20,000 word articles, grab a video camera, you know, talk about this subject. And this is why it's what Jeff was saying. He's like, it's easy to get bored on certain topics. If you're trying to do affiliate stuff, about things that you like and things that you enjoy. And you could talk from the heart, which people also buy. And then you can take that, you can run that through a service like Rev or Temi. Costs you anywhere from, I think it's 1 cent per minute or 10 cents per minute to transcribe it all. There you go. You have your 1,000 word, 2,000 word blog post and a video to go along with it if you don't mind being on camera. and then you can basically multifaceted, three-pronged angle of attack. You know, I got videos going out there, I got blog content going out there, I got on-page content going out there. Bing, bada, bing, bada, bing. Me personally, I don't like. Usman asks, would you recommend Amazon over ClickBank?
I mean,
That's a Jeff question.
for newbies, yes. ClickBank are a lot more competitive because people, if you Google any ClickBank product now, people are using paid media sites, like Los Angeles Weekly, New York Post, etc. Or it costs $800 to have an article up there. Then scan those with backlinks. I mean that works, but they take over the first 2, 3, 4 pages now for results for ClickBank. So I mean, you can certainly recommend ClickBank products as a part of what you're doing. So if I've got a fitness blog and I'm talking about the top 10 yoga poses for newbies, whatever, I'm going to recommend Yoga Burn. But I'm not going to try to rank a review for Yoga Burn anymore. It's too competitive. But you can incorporate both together. But that's why I like Amazon, because it's going to be easier to rank for best snowboards, for example, over something like the ClickBank products. And there was a question before I saw what the answer addressed. Jacob said, "What is?" Oh, no, hold on, not Jacob. I'm sorry. Where did it go? It was about. Oh, there we go. No, yeah, from John. The link Jeff dropped does not say anything about the weekly or the community aspect. Is that there? And I think we should add that to the sales page if you can, Max. But yeah, we do have a very active Facebook group for our members. We do the weekly webinars. There's one I know there's no information on there. I apologize. But the Facebook group is active even right now. We're in there every single day, answering questions, talking to people, making jokes and whatever. And the webinars are recorded and put into the members area as well. And I believe as of now, not to intimidate you, but I think we have over 200 hours of content so far in the members area. And that's, of course, the main training, the webinar replay, etc. So yes, I hope that is a satisfying answer. Sorry that that information was not in the sales page. But yeah, no, the community aspect, you get access to us as well. It's the groups in Facebook. It's there and it's awesome and people love it. Like I think it was Nick that said that the training is great, but it's the community aspect. It's actually, he said the access to the coaches is what makes it amazing, because you got 3 guys, us, that are doing what we actually teach. So yeah, I hope that is satisfactory.
I want to welcome Joshua and Jonathan to SMI. Fired up. Sweetness. All right. So yeah, Chris is sneaking out the back.
Chris is taking it. No problem. Yeah, I know. Chris, have fun. Say hi to the wife for me.
Hey now.
Well, no, we're friends in real life. So.
Oh, okay.
And cool. His wife's a sweetheart. So I meant that, like, say hi.
Oh, okay. I thought he was coming over for some roast beef sandwiches.
No.
But anyway, yeah. So listen. So for those of you guys that are here, listen, we got 2 more nights of this. I know Jeff's got to go. We've helped him up for another 45 minutes. Access, yeah. So coaches, access to the coaches. Listen, well, it says it right there: weekly Q&A webinars and weekly live training webinars.
Oh, I think we need a separate section.
We got to make it bolder. All right, that's it. Not on Jeff's link. What's Jeff's link? What did you share, Jeff?
Affiliate, weekly Q. Is there in small text, John? I'm sorry, I highlighted it right now.
It's right there on the screen. You just got to scroll down. But I'll make it bigger.
Yeah.
Nothing's perfect. Nothing's ever perfect. Well, but this is the other thing too. It's always like, listen, there's always everything is a work in progress, as always. And we learn. Trust me, we've been learning a whole lot on this.
On this page here, he meant for this.
Oh, the day 2 member. Yeah, but it's on the page before. But I'll make sure that it shows up on the other thing. But basically, I'll make sure that to put it on there. This anyway. So anyway, what are we talking about here? Yeah, so this is what we do. Like, basically we show up every week. So if you like this, sometimes I jump on Jeff's webinars, sometimes Jeff jumps on mine and we talk about, because if I'm doing YouTube for affiliate stuff, or if Jeff's doing affiliate stuff, I'll just chime in because I think Jeff's a great teacher.
Likewise.
Because once again, the thing about this is, like, we're not rocket scientists when it comes to a lot of things. I myself am a self-proclaimed, me and Jeff are both college dropouts. But the thing is, this is like, I didn't want to learn from anybody that wasn't actually doing it. Myself, I basically, when I got into SEO, when I got into everything else, I wanted to learn from people that were doing it. And then I saw what they were doing, and then I figured it out because I bought a ton of courses originally where I figured out that the guys that were teaching the courses weren't actually teaching what they were doing. They were
Yes,
teaching
pretty
theory
common.
over actual implementation. So I figured out the implementation aspect, and then I just started doing it. That's when I started seeing results. Whereas us, we actually teach implementation. Like there's a whole bunch of OTS. Actually, Jeff, since you're in there, here,
Yes.
because I can't take your screen because I'm not the host.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
You actually want to go to the course stuff so you can show everybody what the course stuff looks like.
To view courses, is that it? Or
Yeah, because you should just be able to log in.
Okay, yeah.
And then go to courses. Just click on courses. Oh, you're probably gonna have to sign in, but
Hold on.
yeah, it's forcing you. You have to sign in.
Let me.
Nobody can see your password anyway.
Yeah, no,
it's
that's
your
fine.
password
Yeah,
protected.
yeah,
You may
no,
have
yeah.
somebody email you. No, wrong page. Go to courses.
Yeah. Courses. Where am
And
I going here?
then any of yours. Click on affiliate.
Dun, dun, dun.
Tra-la-la.
This is the back end. This is not, okay, here we are.
All right. So go to just click on contents right there, up top.
Oh, yeah.
Here, you can actually whatever. So basically that's Jeff's course content. Course is in the admin version of it.
Yeah, so it's the non-prettified, the non-beautified
Yeah,
version of
but
it.
if you go to, I think if you click course player, it'll show it.
I click on what? Yeah, Max built the site again. I'm not technical. If I click on what?
Course player on the top.
Oh, yeah, there we are. Course player. Okay. There we
No,
are.
sorry.
Oh, yeah,
That's the layout.
yeah.
Good. I wish I could just take control of your thing.
Oh, do you want to? I can.
I'm going to request remote access.
Yeah, go ahead. You are approve. Are you
I
going to control
am.
my screen? Okay.
I am actually. So we're going to go basically contents. Am I really controlling your mouse now?
Yeah, you are. Mike.
I am. Look at that.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful.
It's like my old IT days.
So there's your dashboard. There's your contents. And what we're going to do is last edited courses.
Excuse me.
And we got a bunch of wonderful stuff. So here, there's the affiliate course. Good night, guys. Good night, Andy. Thanks for hanging out again.
Thank you. I know we're going on almost at 2 hours here, so you
Yeah,
guys
I
are
know.
rock stars for hanging out.
Harlow, shut up, babe. She's so needy. It's ridiculous. Why can't we just see it? That's what I don't understand.
I do not know.
You know, it's so weird because like if this was my screen, I could do it. But now that I'm looking at yours, it's like access course player video library. Oh, I'm an idiot. Preview course player.
All
right. So anyway, so that's what the course looks like. Jeff's got a bajillion videos in there. You know, basically affiliate webinar replays, and it goes all the way back to March or May or whatever. Yeah. Here, you take over. I'm gonna give you the screen back. Okay. I'm giving up remote control.
Appreciate
let my dog out.
Here's what I did from Hawaii right here. Actually, never watched. I don't like watching myself on videos I do. So it was me starting. I started off with blurred background. I think Andy wanted me to show the beach. Yeah, there we are. So I had a fake beach background, and Andy, I think, asked, I remember, us to see the real beach. So I showed the views. That was my view there from the room we had. Not bad for a week, huh? So at the Disney Alani Resort. My wife's a huge Disney nut, and my kids love it, and I just deal with that stuff. But you know, that's why I enjoy doing this. I enjoy working online. I'm able to do this, and I'm able to go places like Hawaii for a week, or I went to Orlando a few months ago for a week, and then Phoenix the weekend after that. And I think we're doing a cruise next, I forget, April or May or March. I don't remember when, but it's already paid for. As long as it doesn't get canceled because of coronavirus, we'll be doing that as well. So I don't have fancy cars. I've got a nice $60,000 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon, which I'm absolutely in love with. Got rid of my Audi Q5 for that. I'm pretty basic, pretty simple with that. But yeah, I enjoy being able to travel and do nice things for my family. Some people might want to buy the Lambo or might want to do something else. You might want to have extra money for retirement or extra money to invest in your retirement. It really depends on, everyone's goals are different. For myself, I love being able to do this stuff. I love being able to wake up, get my coffee in the morning and walk 20 feet to my office here. Where I'm at is my home office. You can't really see it now because it's got this cool background here that Max designed, graphic designer. But yeah, I'm able to do this for myself full time, in part time. I'm sorry, full time, beyond full time income and fairly part time hours. I guess is the best way to put it. I work anywhere between 2 and 8 hours a day, depends what I'm working on. But I don't remember the last time I did 40 hours of work in a week. It's been a long time. So, and I will never go back to that again. As Max as I too am a horrible employee. I would much rather work for myself
Yeah,
and not make someone else richer, but make myself richer instead. So
do that all day.
that that being said, yeah, I mean, again, we can both talk all day. I believe we dropped the link to join in the chat. I'm going to drop it one more time if you guys are interested in joining. No pressure. If you don't want to buy, that's fine. Make sure you come back tomorrow. We've got some awesome stuff as well. And again, it's not. Here's the thing. Tomorrow really is that legitimate one trick or one tip thing that really can propel your results with SEO. It really is, no BS. But you got to come tomorrow to find out about it. So, Max, is there anything else you wanted to add? Because my stomach is rumbling. I've been doing this for longer than I thought.
Go eat. Go eat. So, just for those of you that have been on for the last hour and almost 2 hours,
I'll
hopefully
wait a few more minutes here.
Okay, I'm just gonna wrap it up real quick.
Okay.
Just say this: like the beauty of what we do here is that you're learning from real people who actually do what we do and what we say we do. Versus like, hey, check out, we could well, I can't show off the flashy car yet, but there's we can show off some flashy stuff, but we're not flashing. There's no, like, hey, this. It's basically what we're teaching, and you can see this actually, Jeff. I'm going to steal your thing again.
Oh, sure.
Request remote control, request.
All right.
So as you can see here,
it's all you.
Cool. So in the courses,
mark
basically
just registered. Is there a mark on here? Instead of mark in the top pop-up, mark just registered.
There's quite a few people in the
welcome, Mark. Excuse me.
Are you still in here?
I am not. My hands are off.
Profile. That's weird. Oh, you know what? It's because everybody's on the site. It's taking a little bit.
Oh yeah.
But with what we're doing here, like basically, SMI really is it's a training program for people to come in on any level and basically learn what they want to learn. If you want to learn local, we teach local. You want to learn YouTube, we teach YouTube. We teach, affiliate, and it's not going to be outdated stuff in regards to budgeting or whatever. We're going to be upfront with that. Depends on how hardcore you want to go. With the way that the course works. With the way anything works. Because there's a lot that goes into SEO. If you're looking for somebody to teach you, what are we in? Oh, this is the client acquisition guide. This was the bonus that we gave everybody.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, there was that, and there's also like how to go out and get clients. There's a whole training course that Stephen put together on how to go out and actually get clients. If you've never gotten clients before, easy ways to generate some income for yourself. But this is the local SEO kind of there's a lot of SEO content in there. Busy with client work, but want to be like Jeff. Yeah, well, I mean, let's put it this way. You take an hour a day working on affiliate stuff. You can get rid of one client, depending on how many clients you have. And I think that's the ultimate goal for everybody, right? Like, I'm a terrible employee. I'm a great partner, because I can work autonomously. I don't need anybody basically just telling me what to do. I can follow directions, and I've got my own goals, and I want to get my own stuff done. So with this, basically, I feel like we've been talking about this. This is like my third week. This is like literally my 7th webinar straight for this. So I'm not sure, like, and the other thing is too, if you have questions about whether we actually know what we're talking about, or let's just say you really like my face, right? You're like, oh, this guy's funny. Because I was on Steven's, I think I was on all 3 of Steven's ones too. I was a little quieter. You know, but register and you can watch all of the replays. Okay. Like it will literally take you to all, like there's 6 other videos, and each of them are at least an hour, where we teach stuff. I went over roughly 6 hours of free YouTube training, last week. You know, Stephen went over roughly 6 hours of local SEO training. Um, you know, and if you still have questions, like whether or not this is real, like these are real testimonials from real students that are already in the group.
Yeah,
You know,
these aren't Fiverr videos or Fiverr
these aren't
rappers.
Fiverr
These are
videos.
real
And
people in the group you can talk to.
and I gotta say, like, these are real people. Like, we did not hire models for these. Okay, these are like real people that are actually doing what they're supposed to be doing. You know, like Tim bought the course because Tim runs a tow truck company and he wanted to be the best ranking tow truck company in where he lives in Kentucky. And he is. And you can watch his video and it's literally Tim in his tow truck
That's
doing
awesome.
the video. Okay. Like, he's a real member and he's active as all. He's great. You know, Dave Keys, love Dave. I actually got to throw up his live testimonial because it's about 10 minutes telling his story. But Dave does, you know, real estate SEO. Everybody does. Jared was new to SEO and actually went through the training and got a job, like got hired. And I'm not sure how much he got hired for, but I know it was a lot more. You know, John, you need to stop saying stuff like that. This is another one. I honestly would have paid more for this.
Hey, Jeff, even
We
more for his
know,
expertise.
okay? We know.
By the way,
We know.
if I can say something as well, John, if you wait half a year or a few months, you might have to pay more. This
Yeah,
price
actually
right
you
now,
will.
yeah, this is no false scarcity move on this. And after we close this initial launch, we're not going to reopen for a few months, or I actually don't know exactly when, but when we do reopen, the price is probably going to be double. We're not set on it yet. But it's not going to be, I believe it's what, 997 or 1,000 now. It's going to be
It needs to be at least double.
at least 2,000, if not 2,500. And again, no
Yeah.
false scarcity. Feel free to come back and check. You can call me out on it and say, yeah, you'll see that I'm right. I'm no false scarcity. We are going to be increased. So if you want to wait, John, you can pay me 3 times as more or 2 times as more in a few months. But if you want to join and get this awesome deal right now, I'd recommend you do that.
Right.
So
Yeah. So if you listen, if you guys have any questions, let's
I
just
do,
put it this way.
I do appreciate that, John. Thank you, though.
Yeah, John, thank you for that. But you really are. You're every week. I know. And welcome, John, for just joined paid.
Awesome. Welcome
John,
aboard, dude.
Yep. And every time somebody joins and they all go, man, I would have paid a whole lot more for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
Well, if I can say one thing as well, speaking of course buyers, I've got one member that's a very frequent course buyer as well, shiny object syndrome. And he told me personally that my training on affiliate, this made my freaking day, is the best stuff he's ever seen. And that was like a month ago. And I'm like, holy, it so blows me away. So yeah, we are in this because we believe in it. We're passionate about it. We love doing it. We love seeing students get results. And I do apologize, Max, for jumping in and cutting you off there, but
no.
reminded of that.
I'm trying to cut this off so you can go eat. So I really am. So anyway, yeah. So listen, we're at the 2-hour mark, and I want to respect everybody's time, and I want to respect Jeff's stomach and his wife because you know I'm also married with kids, and yeah, the community access. Listen, we all run webinars every week, and the webinars can run an hour to 2 hours, just like this. But it's actually like instead of us just, hey, this is what we want to teach. It's more like, hey, what do you need to learn?
Yeah.
You know, what are you having a hard time with? Let's go over it. Let's problem solve. Let's figure this out. If you have questions about this, is this real? Should I join? Are these guys for real? Blah blah blah. We've got a ton of videos here just to say, like, you know, these aren't scripted. These are real videos that we showed everyone. And then we've got tons and tons of screenshots. Some of them are actually from within the group. Some of them are from other groups. Some of them are, you know, there was one that I wanted to use, but I didn't put on there where it was like, oh, Max is a genius. And it was about video marketing, but it was just, it just said Max is a genius, and it wouldn't really, I wanted to make it really big. But yeah, listen, if you like, even if you're here and you're waiting, like we have 2 more nights of free training, and it's really gonna be me and Jeff again. Okay, like I'm just co-piloting with Jeff here, just because I like hanging out with Jeff. We bounce off each other really well. It's like
We do.
it's a weird kind of, I don't want to say Rick and Morty, but it's like I feel like it's entertaining education,
Oh,
which
yeah.
I think education should be entertaining anyway, because it's hard to be passionate about something you don't enjoy.
Oh yeah.
I love marketing. I love digital marketing. Jeff loves, affiliate SEO. I just love selling stuff and making money online, and like, I it's just so much better than having a job. Okay, that's just really it.
It really is.
It really is, and it's like, it's so much better than backbreaking labor and just you're not feeling good about yourself. Like these are things that you can learn and just get tangible results from. And to me, like that's kind of it. I'm a YouTube nut because I like ranking stuff. Actually, here, Jeff,
Splitter off here.
do me a favor.
What's that?
Just no, it's the red button.
You guys are still there. Okay. I'm just messing around. Hold on. I'll share.
Go home.
Take care,
Go
guys.
home.
Bye. Good night.
The video's over.
Are you too good for your home?
Are you too good for your home?
All right.
What's that,
Night,
Adam
everyone.
Sandler?
Absolutely. Night, everyone.
Go to your home.
And do it now. Good night.